Hello, hello. Welcome back to the weekly Monday Motivation Podcast, No More Excuses. I am your host, Sandy Ballard, the super badass business coach. And why? Because I am. I help you realize your badassness so you'll do more, be more, and achieve more. And that's all we can do is do our best and be our best. And if we aren't our best, then we got to figure out how to get there. That's where I come in. Okay, if you haven't checked out my website, it is simple, badassbusiness.coach. There's a lot of badass shit on there, including my women's global community for badass women, the Taboo Tribe. Check that out. I have some events coming up for that. And I also have for men and women, Business Accelerator Roundtable. It's going to be a monthly coaching group. That's going to be starting soon. So check that information out on there. And there's also worksheets you can download and just lots of information in my blog that's, in these podcasts as well. So just check it out if you haven't. Connect with me on social media and all that jazz, because throughout the week, if you're not connected with me on social media, you need to throughout the week. I seriously continue this theme, whatever the theme of the podcast is. I continue it to help you challenge yourself, think deeper, and play bigger. Yeah, because last week I talked about what ifs. So what if you'd never come across this podcast? Or what if I'd never started the podcast? Who knows, right? The what ifs I talked about in last week are a little bigger than that, because it's easier to say, well, I'd probably be listening to another podcast, or I would be doing something else with my time and giving business and life advice differently. The what ifs I talked about last week are the ones that have kept you from taking chances, risks, and making big shit happen. And as I asked you to do, I wanted you to write down your what ifs, the ones that cause you worry, fear, and regret, and then write down a more positive twist of them. And you should have downloaded the What Ifs worksheet from my website. And if you haven't, go there again, badassbusiness.coach. So and thinking about it, what if? What if you don't sell anything and twisting that to what if I sell out or sell 100 or whatever? I was honest last week and shared at times I've had only one or two people show up at a workshop and a webinar. Once in person, where it's a little bit harder to just go, oh, hey, it's only one or two of us. But what was crazy is really strong connections happened, and referrals, business, collaboration. It was really kind of cool. And the webinar, one time one person showed up, but I still recorded it. And guess what? Other people were able to utilize it. When shit like that happens, you have an opportunity to ask yourself, why? What needs to change? What came out of it, like good things, like what happened to me? And it sometimes is a great opportunity to take a good hard look at yourself, what you're offering, your target market, your marketing, timing, all that stuff. I didn't just go, ooh, okay, two people showed up and they made a connection, and they collaborated and call it a day. No, I wasn't satisfied with just two people. I wanted to look at what if, what if I could do something differently. I looked at my marketing, my timing, and all that stuff. So, being able to look at things deeper. And last week I also shared a story about a client who did not avoid a problem they were having, and they went to the owner with a solution. She didn't wonder, what if? She stepped into the situation, and because of that, she helped the company as a whole become more efficient, and the clients appreciated their response time. So what about you? Did you make your what if list? Did you download your worksheet from my website? If not, why not? Are you afraid to face the truth? Afraid, people will think differently of you? I mean, it's time to get on it. This year can be a great year. Much like last year was for some, it can be a great year for you as well if you put the effort into it. As we really dig into this new year, I continue to see and hear the desire from friends and clients to make this a great year. Many of us had to pivot in 2020. So now is the time to really get going and build upon what you have. And what's that called? Leverage. 2021, the year of leverage. That leverage should have probably been my word of the year, but it's not. It's empower. And I feel that's appropriate because I'm empowering you to utilize what you have to get where you want to be. And yes, we're already into February. This is the beginning of week 2. So February, having Valentine's Day, and it's the month of love, right? Well, I want to know what you love about what you do. And if you don't love it, why? There's probably some avoidance shit going on there. You know, as I was finishing up putting the final touches on this podcast right before I recorded it, I was texting with a friend. I challenged her to step out of her comfort zone and try out a move. A month in a warmer climate. You know, she has friends in 2 warm states, including me. Try out a month there. And then try out a month where her friends and longtime family members are in Michigan. She's not in love with where she lives. She's not really in love with her job, you know, but she's in it. She doesn't hate it. It's just, meh. So you got to have something that you love in your life. You know, her kids are grown, but as she said, there's so many memories in my house. I've been here 26 years. I seriously just texted her, I double dog dare you. You know, I spoke with a friend earlier, actually last Friday. She's not in love with her job, where she lives, or her personal life. I suggested she write down the pros and cons of each area of her life and face it. Avoidance. We all know what we need to do, but it's all about love. I'm in love with being a coach. I love helping people learn to take those steps, those risks, and realize their badassness. I want people, and I love helping people love everything about their day. I'm in love with California, where we live now. I'm in love with my 2 jackass cats that we rescued. And yes, I'm in love, although it's not been easy, with my man Candy. And then there's hobbies, personal time. You know, I love running. You know, I love cooking. I don't know, my stupid bike that I had to get. You know, what is it that you do that you love? I talked a lot about new habits and rediscovering old habits during this pandemic. You know, things you used to do but stopped for some reason. And people shared a lot about what they had discovered and rediscovered that they love. Cooking, hiking, working out, reading, writing, exploring. Like I said, I love my new bike, and it saved me during the times when I wasn't able to run, when I was having my knee and sciatica issues. I love hiking. We never really did that much of it in Indiana. I love the beach, the sunrise, the sunset. I love how much more relaxed I am, even with all of this bullshit uncertainty that we've had and still have. And yes, there's still some things I'm not in love with, like anything to do with the vid, but I'm choosing to focus on what I do love. Love, love, love. It's not what you normally hear from a business coach, but it's the shit that gets in the way. Life gets in the way of your business, and business can get in the way of your life. And that's why I'm different. I talk about all this stuff. If you haven't listened to me very long, then you need to go binge me. As you know, I talk about the personal crap, how it affects your business and career, your livelihood, and vice versa. Are you doing things to just get through the day? I understand not all of us can have the job we truly love, but many times I beg to differ. Because sometimes you're just avoiding changing, or there's that fear that gets in the way. And if you can't, for some reason, truly do what you love, then you need to balance it out with something that you do love in your personal life, with a hobby, a side gig. Many people have a hobby slash side gig as an outlet, something creative, something fun, something to look forward to and make you smile, so you can get rid of the what ifs and daydream about what can be and what is. So if you're tired of living in the what if world, tired of avoiding, ready to get to that next level and realize your badassness, then you need to keep listening, you need to take action, and you need to remember that I am here to help you. So contact me, email me, sandy@sandyballard.com. Remember, Sandy with an I. Message me, find me, freaking contact me. I'm not that expensive, and we will work it out. We'll find ways for you to get up every morning and love what you do. All right? So this week I want to know, what three things, hell, what one thing in your life do you love? What one thing or three things in your life do you not love and want to change, but maybe aren't sure how? Or like I said, you're avoiding doing, you're avoiding taking care of something, you're avoiding something because of fear, or fear sets in when you think about it. Like leaving the home you've lived in for 26 years, or a bad long-term relationship and job that makes you sigh heavily every freaking day. What could you do to make a change? Again, that's why I'm here. Message me, email me, let me help you find the ways that you can love what you do and how you do it, or love something about your life to keep you going and motivated so you can realize your badassness, do more, be more, and achieve more. All right? I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you for listening, and I do love you for that. Cheers.